What if I told you a man that never played professional baseball changed the game forever? What if I told you a man that wrote about baseball changed the game of basketball forever? What if I told you a man born in 1949 changed the way not only how sports are played, but also how you are evaluated? What if I told you mathematics has ruined sports? Before we get into how sports have been ruined by Moneyball, what is Moneyball? Moneyball, The Art of Winning an Unfair Game by Michael Lewis. The book was published in 2003 and not read by yours truly until about 10 years later. Better known is the 2011 movie based on the book. The film had a $50 million budget, ironically, $10 more million than the 2001 Oakland Athletics payroll. Starring in the film was Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, Chris Pratt, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. If you've seen the movie, I highly recommend reading the book. The information goes into way more detail. If you're not a bookworm and haven't seen the movie, I highly suggest the following. Hit the like button, click the subscribe button, turn on notifications, comment and share this video with everyone you know. And once you finish this video, go watch the movie. The movie opens up with a quote. "It's unbelievable how much you don't know about the game you've been playing all of your life, Mickey Mantle." It shows the Oakland Athletics with a budget of just $39 million and change taking on the New York Yankees with a budget of $114 million and change. Back in October 2001, the Oakland Athletics lost the series to the New York Yankees. In the offseason, the Oakland Athletics couldn't afford their leadoff hitter, Johnny Damon, their cleanup hitter, Jason Giambi, and their closer, Jason Isringhausen. Billy Beane, the general manager of the Oakland Athletics, with a strict budget, had to figure out a way to compete with organizations like the Yankees, who had 3 times the budget. Billy Beane was a former player and knew how the other potential players were scouted. He turned to Bill James' writings and theories. Who's Bill James? Born October 5, 1949, starting in 1977, the year yours truly was born, Bill James started writing baseball books and statistics. 25 in total. He created the Society for American Baseball Research, better known as SABR. Bill James used this to determine why teams win and lose. Billy Beane implemented Bill James' system in the 2002 season. The Red Sox eventually hired Bill James for 17 years and won 4 World Series. How did Billy Beane implement sabermetrics? Believe it or not, scouts used to judge players based on off-field reasons, such as a girlfriend's looks. In the offseason, the Oakland Athletics lost 30-year-old Jason Giambi to the Yankees, 27-year-old Johnny Damon to the Red Sox, and 28-year-old Jason Isringhausen to the Cardinals. As a small market team, this happens every year. The good players leave the small market teams as they enter their prime. The 2001 Oakland Athletics went 102-60. Somehow, in 2002, the Oakland Athletics won 103 games. In 2002, the Oakland Athletics added Scott Hatteberg, a former catcher, to play first base and replace Jason Giambi. Scott Hatteberg hurt his arm as a catcher and could not throw the ball to second, so they had to play him at first. They brought in David Justice, past his prime, and promoted Jeremy Giambi, who never had a prime, to play outfield. All 3 players like to see a lot of pitches and walk a lot. That getting on base was very important to Billy Beane. To shore up their loss in relief pitching, they brought in Chad Bradford, who would throw sidearm down into the dirt and hitting the dirt with his fingers sometimes. No one gave him a chance because he threw funny. Everything the Oakland Athletics did in 2002 was frowned upon. It was started as a way for teams with smaller budgets to compete. After seeing the Oakland Athletics succeed, other teams around the league started using analytics the same way Billy Beane did. Eventually, all the teams followed his suit. The results were teams stopped stealing due to Bill James, proving that unless you were stealing at over a 70% race, you scored less runs. Shifts in the field had to be curtailed prior to the 2023 season. We had third basemen playing in between first and second. The biggest problem now is the launch angle. Too many strikeouts, home runs, and lack of balls being put in play. I remember when players swung a level bat and put the ball into play. I take that back. The biggest problem with Major League Baseball is the atrocious umpiring. I'll be posting a video on that soon, so be on the lookout for that. The NBA uses metrics way too much. When Daryl Morey was general manager of the Houston Rockets, they referred to his theory as Morey Ball. The Rockets, because of analytics, basically ran a 5-positionless player offense and jacked up threes all game, every game. Other than players like Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant and a very short list of a few others, long twos have become obsolete. The league has become mostly layups, foul shots, and wide open threes. One guy with the ball and 4 other guys standing around at the three-point line. Bill James has even trickled into the NFL. The biggest things I've noticed is teams using short passes instead of running plays, getting their playmakers with the ball into space rather than jamming the run game down defenses' throats. Coaches are now looking at cards to tell them whether to kick an extra point or go for 2. But what do you think? Since the early 2000s, professional sports have changed quite a bit due to the analytics. From shifts in the field to launch angles. Very little stealing. Baseball has lost a lot of action and lost a lot of balls being put in play. Basketball has gone from 5 different positions to basically a positionless game, uncontested layups and boring 3-point shots. The NFL has gone from 50-50 run pass to over 60% passing with its dink and dunk run offense. Coaches have referred to a check-down sheet whether to punt or go for it on 4th, whether to kick an extra point or go for 2. Analytics has caused all sports to sideline or rest completely healthy players and limit the amount of playing time, or in the case of baseball, the pitch count, especially younger players. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with friends and family. And as always, our babe of the week, Jennifer Aniston, actress. Congratulations, Jennifer. Thank you for joining me today. Look out for the next video on TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year or Overhyped. You can catch that Wednesday at 10 a.m.